so that everyone can enjoy listening to you. And you're fluent, so just be yourself, enjoy yourself, and then you are showing great confidence and nice body language gestures. But I'm not going to go into much details because we are fortunate for Mr. Vati being willing to give us some tips and give us some encouragement to our lovely kids and give you a little coaching. We call it mini workshop. So without further ado, I would like to invite Mr. Vati to the stage to conduct the mini workshop to prepare our kids for this wonderful contest. Mr. Vati, please.
Okay, good morning. Thank you very much for coming, the participants today. All right, I'm happy to see some of our parents and boys and girls. Good morning. Okay, let's do this again. Good morning. Good morning. All right. Okay, so I'm going to give a bit of a workshop, more so some tips on prose reading. Okay, and I'm going to give you 4 tips on reading prose to an audience, okay? You can normally read prose on your own, but it's very important on this setting, you are reading, okay, to an audience, and there's certain things that you need to do. Thank you. Okay, thank you, Mr. Hassan. So, without further ado, let me tell you some tips. I'm going to do some demo on successful prose reading to an audience, okay? I'm going to give you some do's and don'ts. Let me start with don'ts, okay? And I'm going to give you some do's. Tip number 1 is communicate with your body language. A lot of times in competitions, a lot of us, boys and girls, will tend to do this. There was once a king whose name was Robert Bruce. He needed to be both brave and wise. Another king was at war with him, battle after battle. We need to see your face, okay? I know that you're going to do a lot of reading, but a lot of times, boys and girls, you're holding that paper in front of you, and we can't see you. Sometimes we hold it down here, and we can't see your face, okay? So it's very important that you don't stand still and don't hold that paper in front of your face. Instead, I want you to do this, all right? I want you to open up your stance. I want you to be confident, and I want you to look out, not down, look out. And you do something like this. There once was a king whose name was Robert Bruce. He needed to be both brave and wise. Okay? So there's a big difference when you open up versus there once was a king. Okay? Tip number 1, body language to communicate. Tip 2. Pace your prose. Pace. Okay? That image means you don't want to read it too fast. So don't read like this. Suddenly he saw a spider over his head making a weave. He watched her closely 6 times and tried. Don't read too fast. I know we have 2 minutes. Okay? But also, don't read too slow. Suddenly he saw a spider over his head. Okay? Don't read too slow. Instead, what we want you to do is you have to pretend to be that conductor. Do you know what's a conductor? The guy who controls the orchestra? Yes, you're right, okay? So you gotta pace. You gotta go slow. You gotta go fast, okay? So something like this. Suddenly, he saw a spider over his head, making ready to weave her web. He watched her closely 6 times. She tried to throw her frail thread from one beam to another, and 6 times he fell short. Okay? So it's about pacing. Tip 3, clarity and confidence. This is specifically about the microphone, okay? A lot of students, when you read, this is a bad habit. Don't hold the microphone. Don't do this. Let me demonstrate, okay? There we go.
Isaac Newton showed in his garden on summer's evening.
Don't hold the microphone, okay? Don't cover this part of the microphone, because we can't hear you. Also, when you read on a stand, and you're looking down, don't read like this. Isaac Newton sat in the garden on the summer. Can you hear me like this? Can you hear me like this? No! Can you hear me like this? Thank goodness. All right, so for clarity and confidence is all about where you're positioning of your voice in the microphone. There are other examples, but today I want to specifically mention you must talk into the microphone for clarity and confidence. So clarity, something like this. Isaac Newton sat in his garden on a summer's evening when he saw an apple fall from a tree. Okay, inside the microphone. Don't do this. Give your word life. Don't read at one tone. Okay, so don't read something like this. James Ferguson was a poor shepherd boy. Once seeing the inside of a watch, he was filled with wonder. I should make a watch, he thought. But how was he going to make it? I began to think and eventually made a wooden clock. Don't read in one tone. Give it life. Give it emotion. James Ferguson was a poor shepherd boy. Once seeing the inside of a watch, he was filled with wonder. I should make a watch, he thought. Okay? So you gotta give it life to bring people in to the story. So the final thoughts are this. You gotta remember you are telling a story to make people listen. You're telling a story to make people listen. And if you do these 4 things, you make sure you clearly speak into the microphone. You make sure you pace your prose. You make sure you are emotional with your words. And finally, you make sure you stand with confidence and use your body language to communicate with your audience. I'm sure that you will get a standing ovation, you will get a bravo, and everybody will be really, really happy to have heard your prose. Okay? So that's my time here. Best of luck to all the participants. Thank you very much. Good luck, and make sure, have fun. Okay, that's my time. Bye.
Okay, once again, thank you so much, Mr. Wati, for a wonderful workshop. It was a mini workshop, just in 10 minutes, less than 10 minutes. So Mr. Wati gave wonderful tips to our kids, and I can clearly see our kids showing more confidence now. In a minute, we will start. So just some quick reminders. When competition starts, so please do not leave the hall. In half an hour interval, after half an hour we will have an interval and we will let you go out if you want to go downstairs to enjoy different activities. But please do not leave the hall during the competition. And may I request all the audience to switch off your mobile phone or turn it to silent mode. Thank you. Just one quick question before we invite our first contestant. Children, just listen to me. One quick question. How many of you received an audio recording of these two through WhatsApp, through your parents? Oh, many of you. Can you guess whose voice was that? Mr. Wati. So can you give him a round of applause again for helping you a lot? So we were circulating two audio clips basically, and those audio clips were recorded by Mr. Wati, and that was a great help. We got good feedback. Okay, I will invite 5 students, and those 5 students will be stationed there, will be sitting in those 5 chairs. Can Ms. Rubina point out? So that I don't need to come up again and again and invite you. So those 5 students will follow their turn, come up to the stage and perform. And when you are reading your prose, at 1 minute and 30 seconds, there will be first bell to remind you that 1 minute and 30 seconds is over, so you're left with the last 30 seconds. So that will be, yeah. And then one bell. And when there are two bells, Mr. Andy, two bells, that means your time is up, 2 minutes are finished. So what you can do, you can complete your last sentence. After that sentence, you are not allowed to continue, because so that we can manage time. So is it clear to everyone? All right. So, and make sure no pressure, no worries. Enjoy yourself, be yourself. It's just enjoyment. So, I hope everything is clear now. So, may I request the first 5 contestants to take the special seats there. Everyone remember your PR number. PR1, PR2, PR23, PR27. PR stands for Prose Reading Number. Your Prose Reading contestant number. Okay? PR, Prose Reading. So do you know your PR number? Very good. So I will call PR numbers so to make it easy. Alright? Okay. So PR1, Amina Hassan. PR2, Ashir Muhammad, PR3 Abu Bakr Zaman, PR4 Adan, and PR5 Affan Rahman. Please be seated. So only some of them are late maybe. So we start with the first contestant, and Mr. Hassan will be around to help you to fix the microphone. So can I ask Amna Hassan to come to the stage with your round of applause, please?